Hi, my name is Matt. I've been playing guitar for a long time. I learned mostly by myself, and I learned mostly through trial and error and just failing a lot. And that's basically what learning is to me. I've been playing guitar since I was like 11, so that's 20 years. I've been teaching since I was like 16, and a lot of what I've learned is basically distilling what other people have learned, and that's basically how you get good at things, is running through a whole bunch of repetition and iteration and failing a lot and pulling out little pearls of wisdom slowly. So a lot of those pearls that I've developed over the last 20 years, I think I can bring to other people, and there's a lot of methods out there for learning quickly, and I think I have a way to provide some pretty useful stuff in that regard. Some examples are, if you ask any guitar player to play A minor, for example, I guarantee that over 80% of them are going to play this open A minor shape, where what's important to think about in that regard is to play that chord. You could play that chord a million different ways, and here's some examples. The one that everybody's going to play. And some lesser used ones that are very, very pretty. Those shapes don't come from nowhere. In fact, those shapes are all better than the open chord that we usually learn first because they're more versatile. And that's not really just my opinion, that's the opinion of a lot of people that play a lot of music. So why is this not as useful as this? Well, because if I play this A minor, I can play this A minor, I can move it up a fret and play B flat minor, B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, D minor, E flat minor, E minor, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, with no change in the shape. This is the shape, it takes 2 fingers, so much easier than playing this chord A. This is easier to learn, and it has a more widely usable effect. So movable chords is a huge part of guitar music, and it's not taught enough, and it's massively important, even more important than open chord shapes, which are very commonly taught. Also, a lot of guitar instruction videos tend to focus around stuff like I played in the intro, because it's flashy and it sounds cool. That's cool. But soloing is something you do over a smaller period of time in music, maybe 20%. Whereas this stuff, accompaniment occurs over 100% of the tune. Therefore, your practice should more closely resemble what you do in real music, which is a lot of comping, playing chords and rhythm, and a lot less of the cool stuff. So the solo stuff is important, and it's cool to practice that. It's great. But your practice time should be in proportion to the amount of time you do it in the real music. So because so much of music is just the basic rhythm and the comping, you should practice that stuff that much. And people think it's super jazzy or it's really difficult to play little simple transitions like. But understanding that stuff in context, when you break it down and figure out what's happening there, all that is 2 bars of G. So I could play, but it sounds a lot hipper to go. And all that's happened there is you've put some chord substitutions in that imply some bass movement, like a bass guitar going. tricks like that give you a lot of music. You get a lot out of that movement, even though it's really easy to do. And even if you don't understand what's happening, it sounds cool. The other thing about those kind of movements is that those also are movable shapes. So that's in G, here's C. All of those movements are super, super basic, but they have a tremendous amount of music in them. So this stuff and a whole bunch of other stuff is stuff that I've learned over the years, and I'm willing and able to teach it. Hit me up.